Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Women on Purpose, where we explore how to live a life aligned with what truly matters to us. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to dive into a question that's close to my heart. What would I regret not doing? As I speak, you'll notice something magical unfolding on your screen. Scenic views of some of the world's most iconic landmarks as imagined through the dreamy, vibrant eyes of the artist Monet. His work reminds us of the beauty that exists when we embrace softness, light, and layers of meaning, qualities that I believe are essential in our own journeys as women seeking purpose. Take a deep breath, settle in, and let yourself be transported for a moment. Imagine walking through Monet's gardens or standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, bathed in golden light. These are the moments that remind us to slow down and reflect on what truly matters. In today's world, it's so easy to get caught up in the shoulds. I should be doing more for my career. I should be more present for my family. I should look or act a certain way. But today, we're setting all those expectations aside. Instead, we're going to focus on you. What lights you up? What calls to your soul? What would leave a hole in your heart if you never gave it a chance? This space is for you. It's a judgment-free zone where we can explore these big, sometimes intimidating questions together. I'll be honest, this isn't always easy. Looking inward takes courage, but I promise you, it's worth it. Maybe you've been dreaming of something for years, a trip you've always wanted to take, a skill you've wanted to learn, or even a relationship you've wanted to mend. Or maybe you're not sure yet, and that's okay too. This is about creating the space to figure it out. As you watch these images of Monet's serene landscapes and shimmering reflections, let them remind you that life is full of color and possibility. Each brushstroke in his work feels intentional, and I believe the same can be true for our lives. Every decision, every small action can bring us closer to living with purpose. By the end of our time together, I hope you'll feel inspired to take that first step towards something you'd regret not doing. Whether it's writing that book, saying yes to an adventure, or simply making time for joy, let's commit to doing what makes us feel alive. So grab a cup of tea, cozy up, and let's explore what it means to live without regret. Because you, my friend, deserve a life that feels as beautiful and meaningful as a Monet masterpiece. Let's begin. Common areas of regret. Relationships. Let's start with relationships, because for so many of us, they are at the heart of what we value most. It's easy to let time slip by without telling the people we love just how much they mean to us. Maybe there's a friend you've lost touch with, or a family member you've had a falling out with. Sometimes it's the words left unsaid, "I'm sorry," "I love you," or even, "I forgive you," that weigh the heaviest on our hearts later. As women, we often carry the emotional weight of our relationships, but that doesn't mean we have to do it alone. Let's take a moment to ask ourselves, are there connections I'd regret not nurturing? Whether it's sending that text, picking up the phone, or reaching out to someone you've been thinking of, it's never too late to make the first move. After all, when we look back on our lives, it's the love we gave and received that will matter most. Personal growth. Now, let's talk about personal growth, a space that's all about you. It's so easy to put our dreams and ambitions on the back burner while taking care of everyone else. But deep down, we all have that one thing we've always wanted to do. Maybe it's learning to paint, traveling to a place that's been calling your name, or going back to school for something that lights your soul on fire. The truth is, regret often comes from not giving ourselves the chance to grow into the women we know we can be. Ask yourself, what have I always wanted to try but haven't given myself permission to pursue? It's never too late to start. Even the smallest step can spark something amazing. Remember, investing in your growth isn't selfish. It's the best way to show up fully for yourself and the people you care about. You are worth the time, the energy, and the belief it takes to become everything you're meant to be. Career and ambitions. Let's take a moment to talk about career and ambitions. The dreams that tug at your heart and the goals you've quietly tucked away. So many of us have felt the pull to pursue something we're passionate about, but fear or circumstances held us back. Maybe it was the dream job you didn't apply for, the business idea you didn't launch, or the moment you stayed silent when you could have spoken up for yourself. It's easy to feel like the window of opportunity has closed, but here's the truth. It's never too late to chase what sets your soul on fire. Your ambitions matter, no matter how big or small. Whether it's finding work that aligns with your values, asking for that long overdue promotion, or starting fresh in a field you love, every step forward is a victory. Don't let the fear of failure or judgment stop you. Your dreams are worth pursuing. After all, when you look back, you'll feel proud knowing you took a chance on yourself. Remember, the most meaningful success isn't defined by others. It's defined by you, self-care, and health. Let's talk about self-care and health, because they are the foundation of everything else in our lives. As women, we're so good at taking care of others, but how often do we pause to ask, am I truly taking care of myself? Ignoring our own well-being might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over time, it can lead to regrets. Whether it's not prioritizing regular checkups, ignoring the signs of burnout, or skipping those moments of rest and joy we desperately need. Your health and self-care are not luxuries, they're essential. Taking time for yourself, whether it's a walk in nature, cooking a nourishing meal, or just sitting quietly with your thoughts, is an act of love, not selfishness. Ask yourself, what small things can I do today to honor my body and mind? When you make yourself a priority, you're not only nurturing your own strength, but also setting an example for those around you. You deserve to feel your best and to live with the energy and joy that come from putting your health and happiness first. Community and contribution. Let's take a moment to talk about community and contribution, the ways we connect with and give back to the world around us. So often, we get caught up in the day-to-day that we forget how fulfilling it is to be part of something bigger than ourselves. Maybe it's volunteering for a cause you care about, mentoring someone who could use your wisdom, or simply showing up for your neighborhood in small but meaningful ways. These moments of giving often become the memories that warm our hearts the most. Ask yourself, what impact do I want to have on the people and places around me? Contribution doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as sharing your time, talents, or kindness. The ripple effect of your actions might be more powerful than you realize. When we give back, we not only enrich the lives of others, but also discover a deeper sense of purpose within ourselves. You have so much to offer, and the world is better when you share your light. Reflective prompts to identify personal regrets. Guided questions. Sometimes identifying what we might regret begins with asking ourselves the right questions, ones that gently guide us to the truths we might be avoiding. Start with this. If I were looking back on my life 5 years from now, what would I wish I had done? This simple question can shine a light on the dreams or opportunities you've been putting off. Ask yourself, what have I always wanted to try but felt too scared or too busy to pursue? Fear and doubt often hold us back, but naming those desires is the first step to bringing them to life. Consider this too. Who would I regret not spending more time with or not reaching out to? Relationships often bring the greatest joy, but also carry the deepest regret when neglected. And don't forget to reflect on the smaller, everyday moments. What little joys or experiences do I let slip by without truly savoring them? These questions aren't meant to overwhelm you. They're here to help you gently uncover what matters most. Remember, it's never too late to take even the smallest step toward living without regrets. Journaling exercise. Grab your favorite notebook, find a quiet corner, and let's spend some time with your thoughts. Start by writing a letter to your future self, 5 or 10 years down the road, and ask, what choices or actions would make you proud of me today? Let the words flow freely without overthinking or judgment. Next, create 2 columns. In one, list the dreams or opportunities you've put on hold. In the other, jot down the small steps you can take toward them. Finally, try this prompt. If I had only a year left to live, what would I regret not doing? Writing it down can help clarify what truly matters to you. Let this journaling exercise be a safe, encouraging space to uncover your heart's desires. How to take action today. Start small. Taking action doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's the small, intentional steps that lead to the most meaningful changes. Maybe it's setting aside just 10 minutes a day to work on a skill you've always wanted to learn, or sending a simple text to reconnect with someone you care about. Even the smallest action can build momentum and remind you that you're capable of moving toward the life you want. Start by asking yourself, what's one thing I can do today that brings me closer to my goals? Whether it's booking a class, writing down your dreams, or simply saying yes to an opportunity, every little step counts. Celebrate each small win along the way. It's these moments that will carry you forward and remind you that you're making progress. Remember, you don't have to figure it all out at once. Just take that first step and trust that the path will unfold as you go. You've got this, one small, beautiful step at a time. Overcome fear of judgment. Fear of judgment can feel like a heavy weight, holding us back from doing what we truly want. But here's something to remember. Most people are so focused on their own lives, they're not thinking about you as much as you think they are. Let go of the need for external validation and focus on your happiness, your dreams, and your values. Ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't worried about what others might think? Remind yourself that you're not living for anyone else's approval. You're living for you. It's okay to make mistakes, to change your mind, or to take a path others might not understand. Every brave decision you make, even in the face of fear, strengthens your confidence and helps you grow. So, take that leap, however small, and trust that the people who truly matter will support you. And those who judge, their opinions aren't your burden to carry. You are enough, exactly as you are. Set priorities. Setting priorities is about giving yourself permission to focus on what truly matters to you. Life can feel overwhelming when we try to do everything at once, so take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what brings me the most joy, fulfillment, or purpose? Start by choosing 1 to 3 key areas that align with your deepest values or biggest dreams. These could be relationships, personal growth, health, or a passion project you've been longing to start. Write them down somewhere you'll see them often, like a journal or a sticky note on your mirror, to keep them front and center. Remember, saying yes to what matters most may mean saying no to things that don't align. And that's okay. When your energy and time are focused on your priorities, you'll feel a sense of clarity and accomplishment. This is your life, and you deserve to spend it pursuing what lights up your heart. Real stories. Sometimes hearing someone else's story can remind us of what's possible in our own lives. Let me share a few stories of incredible women who took bold steps to pursue what mattered most to them. There's Sarah, a single mom who always dreamed of having her own business, but felt it wasn't realistic with her busy life. She started by detailing just 1 car a day after her kids went to school, and a year later, she hired 2 extra people and makes a profitable living. A dream come true. Then there's Maria, who left a corporate job she didn't love to turn her passion for crafting into a small business. Her first sale was to a neighbor, and now she runs a thriving greeting card business that brings her, and her community, so much joy. And let's not forget Emily, who decided to reconnect with her estranged sister after years of silence. It wasn't easy, but she took the first step with a handwritten letter, and now they're rebuilding a bond that both thought they'd lost forever. Each of these women faced fear, doubt, and obstacles, but they took that first step anyway, and it changed everything. Their stories remind us that it's never too late to chase a dream, rebuild a relationship, or start something new. Let their courage inspire you to write your own story, one filled with purpose, growth, and love. You're capable of just as much magic. Encourage sharing. Your story matters, and sharing it can inspire others in ways you might never imagine. Whether it's a small step you've taken toward a dream, a relationship you've nurtured, or a fear you've overcome, your experiences have the power to encourage someone else to take their own leap of faith. I invite you to share your journey, whether it's with a friend, in the comments, or even in a journal, because when we open up and connect, we remind each other that we're never alone on this path. Your story could be the spark someone else needs to begin theirs. Addressing barriers, time constraints. I know how busy life can feel, with endless to-do lists and everyone needing something from you. But here's the truth. Even in the busiest seasons, you can make time for what matters most to you. Start small. Set aside just 10 or 15 minutes a day for something that brings you closer to your dreams. It could be journaling, learning a new skill, or simply sitting in quiet reflection. Consider how you spend your day and look for moments you can reclaim. Maybe it's swapping 20 minutes of scrolling on your phone for reading or working on a passion project, or waking up just a little earlier to enjoy uninterrupted time for yourself. Remember, this isn't about doing more. It's about doing what fulfills you. Every small effort you make adds up, and prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's how you refill your cup so you can pour into others. You deserve to carve out time for the things that matter to you, no matter how full your plate may feel. Financial concerns. Financial worries can feel overwhelming, but pursuing your dreams or taking care of yourself doesn't always have to come with a big price tag. Start by looking for budget-friendly or free ways to explore what lights you up. Libraries, online courses, and community centers often have resources for learning new skills or connecting with like-minded people. If travel is a dream, consider exploring local destinations or saving small amounts over time. It all adds up. Think creatively about how you can invest in yourself without overspending. For example, if you're interested in starting a new hobby, look for secondhand supplies or borrow from someone who's already involved. If your dream feels big and financially out of reach, break it down into smaller, more affordable steps. Remember, financial limitations don't define your potential. You are resourceful, and with a little planning and determination, you can make progress toward your goals. Don't let money stand in the way of building a life that feels meaningful to you. You are worth the investment, no matter how small the steps may seem. Emotional blocks. Emotional blocks like fear, self-doubt, or guilt can be some of the hardest barriers to overcome. They often whisper things like, "What if I fail?" Or, "Who am I to dream so big?" But here's something to hold on to. Those feelings don't define you. They're just stories your mind tells to keep you safe. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that courage isn't about not feeling afraid. It's about taking action, despite the fear. Start by naming the emotions holding you back. Sometimes just acknowledging them can lessen their power. Then, challenge them gently. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And more importantly, what's the best that could happen? Surround yourself with people who uplift you and seek out tools like journaling, affirmations, or therapy to work through these feelings. You are not alone in facing these blocks, and overcoming them is a process, not a race. Every small step you take to push past emotional barriers is a victory worth celebrating. Remember, your dreams are valid, and you are stronger than the doubts trying to hold you back. You've got this. The role of gratitude and reflection. Celebrate progress. Sometimes we're so focused on where we want to go that we forget to celebrate how far we've already come. Every small step you take, whether it's trying something new, overcoming a fear, or just showing up for yourself, deserves recognition. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about movement, no matter how small. Take a moment to reflect on the wins in your journey, even the tiniest ones, and let yourself feel proud of your efforts. Gratitude can be a powerful tool here. Keep a journal or list where you jot down the things you're grateful for each day, including the progress you've made. It could be as simple as, "I reached out to a friend," or "I took 10 minutes for myself today." Celebrate these moments because they are proof of your resilience and commitment to growth. Remember, the journey itself is just as important as the destination. By focusing on what you've achieved and appreciating the process, you'll feel more empowered to keep moving forward. You're doing amazing, and you deserve to honor that. Gratitude practice. Gratitude is a simple yet powerful way to bring more joy and clarity into your life. Take a few moments each day to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. It could be a kind word from a friend, a small step you took toward a goal, or even the warmth of your morning coffee. Writing these down in a journal or simply saying them aloud can shift your focus from what's missing to what's already beautiful in your life. As women, we often overlook our own efforts, so don't forget to include gratitude for yourself, your strength, your progress, and the love you bring to the world. Practicing gratitude regularly helps you stay grounded and reminds you of all the good that surrounds you, even on the toughest days. Empowering message. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Your dreams, your passions, and the things that make your heart light up are worth pursuing. Life is too short to let fear or doubt hold you back from what truly matters. Remember, you don't have to have everything figured out right now. The important thing is to take that first step, no matter how small, toward the life you won't regret living. You have the strength, the courage, and the heart to create a life that feels deeply fulfilling. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself and honoring the things that make you feel alive. You are capable of so much more than you realize, and the world is brighter when you share your unique light. So, take a deep breath, trust in yourself, and know that every step forward is a step toward a more beautiful, purposeful life. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Conclusion. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and being part of this journey. I hope today's conversation inspired you to reflect on your own life and take steps toward living without regrets. And wasn't it wonderful to experience the beauty of the world through Monet's eyes? I hope the images brought you a sense of peace and inspiration, just as his art reminds us of the beauty that exists in even the smallest moments. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need this encouragement too. Don't forget to subscribe to Women on Purpose, so you never miss an opportunity to explore, grow, and connect with this amazing community. Together, we can continue to uplift and empower each other, one conversation at a time. Thank you again for being here. Your presence means the world to me. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep moving toward the life you deserve. You've got this.